I am my businesses. The more clear I am, the more energy I have, the more productive I am, the better my companies are going to run and operate on a daily basis. Well, if I am the business and we're not growing, it's probably me that is the bottleneck. I felt like I had a lot of brain fog. I didn't feel energized throughout the day. By 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., I would have my first meal and then my energy would just dip enormously afterwards. The consistency and the energy output that I've gotten exceeded my expectations. Now I can easily work on a complex task for the whole day and not be fried afterwards. I just wake up, I know exactly what I need to do, and I also know what I need to do in the evening. So I don't really have to think about my day anymore because everything is laid out in a way that makes sense for what I'm trying to achieve. Well, for the first time, our business have hit $60,000 a month. We've hit it 2 times since started working together, which is all-time record.
Marcus, welcome and thank you for joining me on this interview today, my man.
Thank you very much. I'm excited.
So, for the people that are watching this, I want you to do like a brief introduction on who you are, what you do, like how you make money online, and then we can dive into a bit more detail in what we did together.
Yeah, sure. So I'm 24 years old. I've run a agency or a marketing agency for the past 5 years, and last year I acquired an email agency as well. So I run two digital agencies, marketing agencies, as of right now, and I think yeah, that's basically how I make my money online. I help e-commerce businesses either through email or SMS marketing or through the paid advertising, basically scale.
Awesome. So let's talk about why you started the program. What exactly made you want to join the program? I guess what did your life and business look like before joining?
I think, or I know, well, what I wanted to achieve is, first of all, clarity throughout the day. I felt like I had a lot of brain fog. I didn't feel, I was about to say motivated, but I didn't feel energized throughout the day. Of course, I had energy in the first few hours, but they quickly worn off. And I knew that I could get to a point where I had high energy throughout the day, which would maximize my productivity, my clarity, and make me basically make better decisions and and basically have a better output when it comes to my work because I would have more energy, more focus towards my work. So that's actually why I wanted to join. I wanted to optimize everything in my life because I know I am my businesses basically because they're so small employee wise. I don't have 50 people under me. So I know the more clear I am, the more energy I have, the more productive I am, well, the better my companies are going to run and operate on a daily basis. So that's
Hmm.
specifically what I wanted to achieve and also why I wanted to join. It's not because I was unproductive or unmotivated. I'd probably still say I was ahead of most people at the time of joining, but I knew that I could go from maybe the 85 or the 80% I was at, maybe even 70%, to 110, 120%, which were the first 2 years when I started my business, where nothing really mattered. It didn't matter how I felt. I just get everything done no matter what. And that's what I want to get back to.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about that. I guess you said that you were ahead from most people. It's not like you were
Mhm.
unproductive, scrolling on TikTok for 5 hours a day, etc. You
Yeah,
were getting the stuff done, but it's like you wanted to optimize more. You knew you could do better. So I
yeah,
guess what were
exactly.
the things that you were struggling with the most? You mentioned energy levels. What were the things that you were struggling with the most?
So I've always been tracking my sleep, but for the past year or two, I haven't been consistent with it, either though I was tracking it. So I needed some accountability to make sure that I got the right amount of sleep, because I know that is one of the biggest factors. And then diet. It's not because I eat unhealthy. I've never really done so. But I didn't know what I needed to eat at what times and how much before it didn't hurt my energy levels. Because at some point, I thought I ate clean, and I still think I did, but I ate the wrong things at the wrong time, which basically meant that whenever lunchtime rolled around, like around 11, 12 p.m., or 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., I would have my first meal and then my energy would just dip. enormously afterwards. So it was almost as if I was very productive for the first 2, 3 hours of the day. And then I just had to get my most important things done before lunch because otherwise I wouldn't get them done. Where I knew I wanted to get to a place where I could get a lot of things done even after 12 p.m. Yeah, the whole day. Because I know I've been there before where you can grind throughout the whole day. Of course, you will lose momentum, but yeah, 11 a.m. is too early to actually lose some of that momentum, in my opinion.
Hmm. And how, I guess, the energy and consistency, you didn't know what things to eat, and that was affecting your mental output. Also,
Yeah.
things like your sleep tracking and sleep optimization. How did those things in the beginning affect your productivity in the business, your work output, the things that you were able to get done?
It was just very inconsistent, due to the fact that a lot of days I would feel sluggish because I didn't have a clear routine or a clear overview of what should I eat, when should I work out, what should I do throughout the morning, making sure that I, of course, prepare myself for the day, but that I don't over prepare and then end up just tired when I start working. So I think that was pretty much it. It's not because I didn't get the things done, but sometimes it would take me 3, 4 days to get them done because I only had 3 hours basically throughout the day where I could make my most important tasks. And after that, I wouldn't be able to get huge or complex tasks done. Which now I can easily work on a complex task for the whole day and not be fried basically afterwards.
Hmm. Hmm. And you also said something that caught my attention, which was, I mean, we obviously talked about that on our first call, right?
Yeah.
Which is there was a period in your life when you first started the agency where you were locked in, like a 8 out of 10, 80 90% performance. So, and you already had the aura ring prior to working together. So it seems like there were things that you were trying before. So
Yeah.
what other things did you try before joining the program?
I think a lot of the times it's almost been forcing myself. When I started my agency back in 2020, it was very easy for me to get up at 6 a.m., go to bed at 10 a.m., get all the work done throughout the day, be very consistent with more or less everything that I did because I had this huge drive to get it to work. And I think over time I got a little bit of like too comfortable, too complacent. And that burning motivation or desire to do even more, like to double or triple it, kind of faded away. And at that point, I didn't really know where to stop because I didn't have that burning desire. So it's like, okay, if I get some accountability and some guidance on how to over time get back into this state, then that would help enormously. I think that was probably my biggest reason that I wanted to get everything structured and somebody to just tell me, hey, this is the end goal. You just need to do this, this, and that, and then you'll get there. Instead of me trying to, well, for 3 weeks, I'd wake up earlier, go to the gym, didn't really work, I'd burn out, be tired throughout the day. And then 2 weeks, I'd try to eat something else. I just didn't have any consistency or any accountability and tried to implement everything at once, which just meant that I never really got a solid routine down for anything, any of the areas, basically.
Okay. And we're still talking about before joining the program. So another thing that I wanted to ask you was what made you, because we got on a sales call, right? And I explained how it worked, and we tried to see if this is a fit or doesn't make sense, and see what would be the things that we would focus on if working together. So I'm curious, what made, even before talking to me or kind of connecting on the call or even after, what made this program stand out for you specifically?
The personalized approach and the accountability. Because as also we talked about this on the sales call, it's not because I don't have any knowledge of what I need to do. Probably a lot of the things I knew I needed to do or knew that they would have a big impact, I just didn't do them, either because it felt overwhelming or I didn't know which element would have the biggest impact, so I didn't know where to start. That's probably what did it for me. The personalized approach, making sure that I have the same person that is basically selling this to me or telling me this is how we're going to do it. That's the same person I'm going to talk to and be accountable for. and it's not a huge team. I'm only speaking with you and Nick, which works perfectly. So I think that was pretty much what I needed. Yeah.
So now let's talk a little bit more about what we did, me and Nick, right? Let's talk about what tools, systems, or protocols you feel like have had the best and biggest difference on your performance, on your results so far, from your perspective.
I think there's three key levers that have had the biggest impact. The first one being accountability on just the routine. So I have to be, or I'm accountable in front of you two, making sure that I get all the things done and that I'm not paying just for you to say what I need to do and then not do it. That's one thing. The other thing is making sure I don't really have to think about what I need to eat because you have kind of laid it out. And it's not a generic meal plan or a diet plan that you get if you have a fitness coach, like where they make this and then it's fine, and then you're left with pretty complicated recipes or something that you can't really order. Um, because as an entrepreneur, either I travel or I just want to make sure it's very easy to get. Where you guys help me a lot, just making sure this is what you need to eat. If you want us to go find a company that can make the meals, or let us choose from the app that you're ordering food on, so you don't really have to think about it. That was very good for me because it actually meant I could um, follow the meal plan from end to end because I didn't really have to think, where do I get this? Is there any ingredients that I can't just get here or whatever it might be? It was very easy to follow, even though I was traveling. And then the gym sessions, very easy to follow as well. Made sense in regards to all of the exercises. Very good explanations. So I didn't really have to think about, is what I'm doing now, is it the right thing? Or is it just exercises that doesn't really matter? And then you also introduced me to this concept of not pushing 100%, but leaving two reps in the bank, which meant that I wasn't fatigued throughout the day. I didn't feel tired after a workout. It was actually just boosting my energy levels. Whereas before, I would try to go all out on all workouts, basically. But that's not really the most effective way for focus, which I learned.
I mean, it's different for a lot of circumstances and your level of athleticism, but
Yeah.
yeah, that was one thing that we did, of course. What was the most unexpected thing that you gained from working together, or generally that you gained from this?
Probably it's not actually unexpected, but the consistency and the output or the energy output that I've gotten exceeded my expectations. So it's not because it was unexpected, but the energy I have throughout the day, the focus, the productivity, just my life in general. It sounds very crazy, but actually, just the value of my life in general has gone up because I'm more energized throughout the day, and a lot of people, well, they probably want that, but I didn't realize how much it actually impacted the rest of my life. Just being able to have energy throughout the evening as well, not be totally fried when I didn't work. Um, that has helped me a ton. That's actually made it a lot of fun to do all of these things, to go to the gym, sleep right, get my work done, all of these things, because I still have energy left. So it's not unexpected, but I'm surprised that I'll get this.
Good to hear. And let's do a little bit of digging in that front. Talk to me about your biggest wins since starting.
Biggest wins, gaining muscle, actually getting a healthier body, even though I'm exercising as often as I am. With that meant, like, I've always had an issue of gaining weight. I've never been able to consistently track my calories or eat enough calories. And that's just with me, like, doing like two, three, four times a week, going to the gym. Now I go to the gym every single day, but I still gain weight. That's a huge plus in my opinion. And then, yeah, the basically the productivity, the output that I get throughout my day is probably one of the biggest factors.
Hmm. You mentioned this briefly, but I would like to hear more details on how are things different in your day to day life right now compared to before.
It's way more, I don't have to think about what I need to do. Everything is kind of laid out. And the reason that's very nice is because I know it's laid out in a way that maximizes everything that I care about. So it maximizes my health, productivity, focus levels. So just the fact that I wake up and I don't have to think, should I go to the gym today? Should I do cardio? Should I do strength training? Maybe I should just go tomorrow and go to the office earlier today. Like all of these things, I just wake up, I know exactly what I need to do, and I also know what I need to do in the evening. So I don't really have to think about my day anymore because everything is laid out in a way that makes sense for what I'm trying to achieve. That's the biggest difference in my daily life. I'm not really guessing anymore, and I'm not inconsistent with everything. Yeah,
That's huge. Great. Uh,
yeah, that's very huge.
awesome. So, I mean, it sounds like from what you told me in the beginning, one of the main reasons you did that is because you're the reflection of your business, or and
Yeah,
vice versa, because it's a small business and you like your levels of performance and mental clarity and sharpness will reflect in the business. So, I mean, talk to me about that aspect. How has everything that we have implemented and your updated level of performance, productivity, and work output, Marcus 2.0 right now,
yeah.
how has this affected the business, like income, like revenue wise, compared to back from when we started versus today?
Yeah. Well, for the first time, our business have hit $60,000 a month. We've hit it 2 times since started working together, um, which is all-time record, which is good. Our cash flow has we've had 2 record months in terms of cash flow as well. So like that, it's basically profit-wise, so not revenue-wise, but which has been quite good to see. But the biggest one, and I also am a strong believer that the results of the routines and everything we've implemented will be shown within the next 6 to 9 months. The biggest one is that I have so much clarity throughout the day that I'm able to make better decisions. I'm able to coach my team better, be more present on team calls and also client calls. And I think that's something I'll see the result of in 6 to 9 months, whenever things they have time to compound. Because again, we run an agency, so of course, throughout the summer we could go out. I could spend more time on client acquisition, etc. But it's not really the time to do so. But I've been spending a lot of time on creating assets, making sure that we're performing better for the current clients that we have. So I'm very excited to see what happens in the next 6 to 9 or 12 months within the businesses, simply because I am the ever reflection. And since I've increased the quality of myself, my skills, my life, I'm 100% sure that it will reflect in the business, but over time.
And we're super, super stoked to see that happen. And a different question, a different kind of question for you now. Who would you recommend this to?
It's actually a good question, to be honest. And we had this talk before. I probably recommend it to everybody due to the fact that you get so much information about how your body works, what is good for you, how you should structure your day for whatever you want to do. It's not only for productivity, but if you want to maximize your health or your energy levels or your clarity, whatever it might be, you'll just get so much information that you can use for the rest of your life. That's one thing. But for what I've been doing, or the specific strategy that we've laid out, it would probably be people that have been in business for 3 to 4, maybe even 5 years, as I have, that maybe have gotten a little bit complacent and know they can do more, but I'm not really like in that motivated or let's get it state, like where the burning desire is to double everything. Um, but they want to be like they think it's cool. I did that before. It's like, what do I need to do to actually get to that level? Probably increase myself or make myself better, before I can make my businesses better. So recommend it to everybody that has been in business for a few years and gotten a little bit comfortable, a little bit complacent, and want to hit the gas again.
But I can make another argument for you, which is, let's say somebody wants to grow the business and they feel like they can do much better than they're doing right now. Why not
Yeah.
just run more ads, hire more CSMs, hire like a strategy slash business coach to help with the actual reps, the actual strategy of the business, instead of
Yeah.
spending a lot of time on your performance. Because I surely
Yeah.
you surely can make more money purely just by doing the things you know you need to be doing in the business, right? So I mean, why not
Yeah.
do that instead of improving your performance?
And I think it comes down to also reflecting on what is the issue in your current state. I've had multiple business coaches on my business, or my agencies for the past 12 months. So I have already given that a go. I'm basically, okay, is it information? Is it strategy wise that I'm not doing something right? But I just found out that a lot of people, they couldn't really add something to my business that I, one, hadn't already tried, or two, not already doing. So it's like, okay, well, if people are suggesting me to do the things I'm already doing, why am I not growing? And at that point, it comes to the realization, well, it might not be my business, it might actually be myself that is the problem. So it was actually a result of me reflecting of what have we tried so far, why are we not growing? Well, if I am the business and we're not growing, it's probably me that is the bottleneck. It might not be my knowledge, but my way of executing or my motivation levels, whatever it is, maybe I don't have that burning desire to really do what it actually takes. And I have to build that up. And that is something I feel like we've been working on. Like, how do we actually make sure I have the energy and put my body in a position where it actually creates, I was about to say the energy needed. There's probably a way more fancy way to put it. But yeah, increase energy levels, productivity levels, motivation levels, just basically the way of life, increase how we live. And yeah, so that's why I did it.
Hmm. But so you said that, which is you did a self reflection on seeing that maybe the problem isn't the SOPs, the structure of the business, the offer, etc. Maybe it's in like me, like my
Mhm.
energy, my motivation, my drive. So you had that self reflection. Fast forward to today. What do you, if you were to go back and kind of look from a third person what you were thinking, what would you say now?
That was the right choice, because I make better decisions now. That is one thing, and I get way more done. It's funny, my business partner and I, we actually had a talk probably a month ago, so that'll be 2 months in, 2 months into us working together, and we're like, okay, we're getting so much more done now. So what should we spend the extra time that we have on now? Like we have so much more time. How should we utilize it? And being in that position is one of the most fun things. Like, we're doing everything at a high level, and we even have more time now. How should we spend that? How can we make actions or decisions now that increases our leverage in the next 2, 3 years, simply because we have more clarity or can make better decisions, can move faster? That is probably what I would say is one of the big outcomes, and why I would say it's a good decision that I made that
Nice.
to join you guys.
So you have more time to spend with like to either work on different things in the business so that you can like do more, even more stuff than before, triple, quadruple the
Yeah,
amount of stuff as before, or even like spend time with family and loved ones, or even watch Netflix while already getting more stuff in less time, which
yeah.
is also good. What would you say to somebody who is on the fence? Somebody that's watching this, potentially exploring the option of joining the program, but it's kind of like skeptical about it and on the fence. What would you tell them?
I think I'd put it like this. If you feel, probably do some reflection on from 1 to 10, all areas of your life, like health, sleep, diet, exercise, productivity, or just business wise. And where are you? Because you also have to focus on what do you need to get better at. You can't just come to you and say, "Hey, I want to be better at everything." Well, there will always be one area that is weighed higher than all of the other ones. For example, we've put a lot of emphasis on me and my routines, because that's what I want to focus on. But I'm sure we could also put it the other way around and say, "Hey, we're going to focus more on the business side of things, how can we increase the amount of tasks that we do, whatever it might be. So really figure out what do you want to achieve and where is the bottleneck? Is it your energy? Do you feel sluggish at 11 or 12 p.m. as I did? Because then you should know that it's not normal. And that took me some time to realize, like, why are some people able to work from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. every single day, whereas I'm just struggling to get 5 hours of work in. I knew that was a bottleneck. So really do some self-reflection on what is the bottleneck in your life, whatever it might be, and then do is there anyone who can help you fix that through accountability or clarity? Um, because you still have to do the work yourself. So that's one thing. I mean, you won't do the work for me. You can tell me exactly what to do, but I have to do it. Um, so it needs to align with what I really think needs to be fixed.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Of course, it's not like a. This is completely different to because I've also done for my business different kinds of programs for like the marketing side of things, the content side of things, and it's not like you're getting an agency to do a done for you campaign where you just have already recorded content. You just this is completely different, and you have to do the things that you're already doing pretty much, which is sleeping,
Yeah.
probably exercising, eating, and working, just with the right feedback, data, and accountability. So you need to do
Yeah.
the stuff, but it's only if you truly want to maximize your work output productivity and truly get the most out of each hour of the day worked so that you can get more leverage. If you can get three
Yeah.
times the amount of stuff done in half the time as you were used to work before, you have more leverage. So
Yeah. Exactly.
I think,
And you're building a lifestyle. I mean, I think that's a good way to look at it. If you don't have the lifestyle or you're not the person you want to be, then that is what we're actually building here. We're building, I feel like we're building the person I want to become, and we're making steps towards that. So if you're not already the person that you want to be, then this is a very, very good way to take a step towards that.
exactly. And I've been into. I mean, this is an interview for you, but I want to share like some bits and pieces about my story as well. I've been into health for like 12 years now, and I've tried like I've worked with fitness coaches in the past, and I've tried different diets and programs, etc. And
Yeah.
I've also coached a lot of people on a different offer where I helped people with fitness, just fitness side of things. And one of the main reason people fail to see results is because they focus on the what. What should I eat?
Mm.
What should I do?
Yeah.
What is the best exercise? What is the best supplement? And they don't focus on what Marcus said now, on what you said, which is who do I need to become to go
Yeah.
from the person that is running his business this way to the person that can lead his team with full clarity, who can make super important decisions fast, who can take action aggressively every day and perform at his maximum capacity. So
Yeah.
super useful that you said that because it's actually the people that see the most success is the people that focus on the who. Who do I need to become? Instead of
Yeah.
what do I need to do? What is the best supplement? What is the best diet? So that's awesome to hear. And yeah, I think that's everything that I wanted to address, that I wanted to ask you in this interview. Is there any other closing thoughts that you have?
No, I think we covered pretty much everything, to be honest. It's also hard to take everything that has happened over 3 months and put them into 30 minutes. But yeah, I think we had a good talk here.
Awesome. So thank you for doing this today with me. For the viewer, thank you for watching, and I hope this was useful. I'll see you on the next one.